personal and professional. I know this is a technical topic, but how many of you, like, if you're not comfortable at work, something is not working, don't you take all that to your home, right? If something is not working at home, don't you bring it to work?
No.
Let me ask moms. So like I can ask mom, if your kid is not doing well, so are you able to focus here? Your mind might be like, how is my kid doing? I have doctor appointment, right? So what I'm trying to say, we do like try to differentiate between personal life and professional life, but in this fast-paced life, there is no boundary, no balance, right? So I'm talking about holistic development because we do bring our heart also to work. It's not like we're just bringing our head and hand. Agree with me? Right? We do bring our heart also. I cannot keep it in my closet at home. So that's the reason, I do know you all are tech savvy, you always want innovation and more mobility and how our customers are going to grow, business and all. But how much do you pay attention on your own self? That's the reason I'm here. A lot of, things I have today to discuss. So first of all, when I was making this presentation, little bit story, how did it turn? I was with Kandian doing engineering and I was one of the engineer there. So how did all this transformation happen and how this journey and why I'm here? So I did lose work-life balance almost 14 years back, and I wrote very honestly about that on Cisco.com blog. And one engineer, she read it and she requested me. She said, why don't you come and present to other females and help them with this, all the learnings you have made? And I said, why not? So I then decided to put little more thought. And then I said, it's not only women, right? Everybody needs to have that balance and enjoyment and fulfillment in their life. Right? So I said, okay, let me introspect and ask myself, we all are busy, but are we easy? Easiness, like all of you, if I ask you these diseases, you will tell me 10,000 diseases of the body. But I'm talking about this ease here, that uneasiness you get. Where do you get that uneasiness? Here, right? Your mind. It's like, what is the function of mind? It's thinking. You're thinking so much, right? And you do become uneasy. So I asked myself, what does make me uneasy? So I'm not going to ask you to do this exercise now. But my request to all of you, it's Friday evening. I don't want you to do so much homework on weekend, but whenever you get chance, just take a moment and ask yourself, am I easy? Am I comfortable? Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Right? And then come up with your list. I will show you my list. And then, what happens if we remain uneasy for a long time? Okay, we all are engineers, we want to solve the problem, right? Okay, you admit there are some things which are not working out good, but we can make it good. Wonderful to see more friends from Cisco here. And then, we all are professional. I'm sure you write your personal goals, professional goals. Every year there is a performance review, right? So, but what is the goal? Goal is different from your purpose of life. We do get mixed up, so I will do some clarification over there. So when I was doing that introspection, I came up with 4 R's, what makes me uneasy. And I'm sure few of you can relate with that. First one, I came up with the relations. Relation at work, relation at home. So my boss does not understand me. He doesn't give me promotion. My colleagues are not supportive. My husband forgot to wish happy birthday, right? My kids, they don't listen to me. So all these small things every day we see, we do become unuseful. Like today, industry is struggling, the teamwork, respect to each other, like collaboration, all these things are big things. Why, people are not getting along? So we need to all, think about it. So relationship, and I figured it out, life is all about relationship. I was telling Fandi, and I just finished my autobiography for IEEE. It was wonderful exercise to do that writing, and it was a self-discovery. And then I figured it out, life is all about relationship. Relationship with your own self, relationship with your environment, surrounding, relationship with your family, your friends, right? So, but it needs to start with you. So I will talk about all in more details. And then comes responsibility. I'm showing a gentleman who is wearing a lot of hats. And I'm sure you all do that. Yes, I can do it. You take more than what you can do. And then you end up like getting stressed out. So that's responsibility. Why responsibility is a response to your ability. Do I know my abilities? Do I know my capacity? What happens is we always compare with others. Oh, they are doing so much, I can do it too. They are running, I can run it too. Maybe you have capacity to walk, but you do that comparison, you also want to run without knowing it. And then you get stressed out. So the other one is roles. We are playing multiple roles. Here I am a Cisco employee, at home I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister-in-law, daughter-in-law, various roles I'm playing. Right? So sometimes I'm here showing a clown who is having 3 paws, jumping or whatever. So we sometimes get uncomfortable with the role we are playing, and sometimes we do get uncomfortable looking at others' roles. Why she is behaving like this? Why he is behaving like that? We want people to behave like according to our wish. We want them to play the role what we want them to play. Right? So we do get that uncomfortableness, right? Uneasiness. And the last one I'm talking about resources. We all need resources. We all need our gadgets, iPhone, iPads, right? We do need money also. I am working hard. I'm mom of 2, my 13-year-old daughter, 8-year-old son. My husband is also software professional. I do need to pay my bills. Don't get me wrong. Money is needed and we want to lead comfortable life. But the question is, what can money buy for us? Can money make me easy? I talked about relationship, responsibility. Maybe you can think, yeah, if my husband brings me flower, I will be, easier, happier, maybe for how long, right? So money can buy definitely a lot of things for you, but it cannot buy happiness for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Money, you can buy a house, but not a home. Money, you can buy a bed, but not sleep. With money, you can buy a book, but not knowledge. With money, you can buy a doctor, not health. With money, you can buy a position, but not respect. With money, you can buy amusement, but not happiness. All of you will agree, happy people are more productive. Now I'm in a field of quality. Quality starts with me. And I do work with senior leaders. And that conversation was happening, okay, how do we improve quality of our product and releases? And I was saying, give the environment to people so that they feel happy. And then, we had this conversation, okay, salary rise will make people happy and all that stuff. And then I showed this slide to one of the, senior VP. I said, if you think money can buy happiness, then the person who is winning $1 million lottery should be the happy one. Are you with me? Right? If you win $1 million lottery, will you be happy? Ask yourself, for how long you will be happy. So here I am showing a picture of a gentleman. People sacrifice their health and relations to earn wealth. And what they do in the second half of their life, people sacrifice their wealth to regain that health and relationship. And sometimes it's very late. You cannot go back in time and you cannot regain that health or relationship. I can say that from my experience. I will tell you that why that transformation happened and why I'm here. Are you to hear? Okay. So, it's too loud. Okay, I can just carry it in my hand. I'm okay with that. Okay. So, like definition of success. To some people, success is title. I do talk a lot about work-life balance. People unfortunately measure success with their big car, big home, their title. To me, success is how light you are, how happy you are. So here, in my mind, successful person, we all are juggling multiple balls, right? So successful person, we talked about money. Everybody needs money. Everybody needs money to lead comfortable life, right? To satisfy our other needs, food, clothing, shelter, and other necessities. And we do need good physical health. Everybody, nowadays, everybody's health conscious. They go to gym, they're making sure they're eating healthy food, right? So that we are away from all those physical diseases, blood pressure, or obesity, and all that stuff. And good relationship. Yes, we are here. I think there is a sound problem with you.
We'll turn it on. Now try it.
Is it better now? Yeah? Okay, good. So we want to have good relationship with our family, our friends, right? And the fourth ball, which we generally don't pay much attention to, which is good spiritual health, so that if there is any situation in your life, you're able to cope up with that. I will tell you what happened in my life. 4 years back, my husband, he had a heart attack, age of 39, and we did not have a clue what he's going through. And if you are IEEE member, you will read whole story in my book, how it happened and how I'm so fortunate he survived. But few minutes of delay would have changed my life. I was aware, there is a living force in this body who is making this body move. But, that realization happened. What does go away from this body when we declare it as a dead body? I saw very closely, with few minutes of delay, he would have left his position, possession, bank balance, house, car, kids, everything. And I'm saying, my husband, is he mine? He would have left me, right? So what is mine? Even my body is not mine. I need to leave it sooner or later. Nobody knows when. We all have seen big, Steve Jobs. Where is he? He left everything, right? So that realization turned my life around. I realized, what will I take with me? I need to focus on that, not what I need to leave here. So what I need to take with me is my good karma. That's the reason I'm here. I don't have any motive or incentive to come here, but here to help, so that all of you can learn from my learning. So as I was saying, that balance, I did lose that balance 14 years back. And most of us, we are running like machines. We think there are 24 hours in a day. So why don't I work 12 hours? And 12 hours I can keep to myself, right? 24 hours in a day. You do admit 8 hours of sleep is needed. Whether you take it or not, that's a different story. 12 and 8, how many hours are left? Only 4 hours. In 4 hours, you need to take care of your family, your relatives, your friends, and house chores and all that stuff. Remember that relationship. You want to have good relation with your society also. Nowadays, it's a different story. You have more Facebook friends than your friends. So somewhere we got that equation wrong. We think, okay, 10 to 12 hours work is fine, and then if I sleep less, that's okay. And your family, we will offload some work to others, and it's fine. So, but the question is, how many hours or how much time are you giving to your own self? You're always available for others, but are you taking good care of your own self? If you are not well, trust me, you cannot perform good at work. You cannot perform good at home. I do know Cisco, they give a lot of health incentives if we are healthy, we are going to gym, we are sleeping well and all that stuff. Big companies are realizing it's becoming a problem. Work-life balance is a big problem. We have geographically diverse teams, and in the night also you're awake working with them. People are having more cases of stress, anxiety, and heart attacks are rising, and stress is rising. So company wants your well-being. They are asking you to take care of yourself. But if you don't realize yourself, nobody can help you, right? So that awareness is very important. So here, I was asking myself, am I enjoying my life? What is purpose of my life? Then, this picture came in my mind. My picture was a little different. I was having a lot of basket on my head. Not like the gentleman who is dragging this file cabinet. So, why do we become uneasy? There's definitely uncertainty. We don't know our stock price, right? We don't know housing market. We don't know our kids' future. We do get worried for all that stuff. We do know if we are living in that age of uncertainty, and that sometimes we do become uncomfortable. And I do know few people, their blood pressure rises up with the stock index, stock market. Up, they are happy. If it is not going well, they are not happy, right? And then professional problems. If you are not balanced, like I talked about that work-life balance, right? You are sleep deprived. When you are coming to work, you are tend to do more mistakes, right? So what happens, if you have too many files open in your computer performance will be slow, right? So, and that memory, if you have so much open. So I'm trying to say, if you do so many things and not take care of yourself, then there are chances you'll have professional problems. Your efficiency at work may get impacted, right? And then social problems. I talked about we spend more time with Facebook friends rather than talking to our relatives, friends, meeting and greeting. I'm very glad you all are coming here today and listening to me, and you have that face time with each other, and it helps. It helps to build that relationship and teamwork. That's the reason companies are paying money to have that. So take advantage of that. Just don't simply sit in your cubicles, right? Working hard is good, but you need to work smart. So personal problems I talked about. If you are not spending enough time with your family, with your friends, and you don't have time for your own self, that exercise part or relaxation, you can have your personal problems also. And then it becomes a cycle. Then you like you lose interest in doing things. You feel like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, you have a long to-do list. But you forget you are not human doing. You are human being. So it's very important while doing all these things, how are you feeling? How are you being? What is your being feeling? What do you want to be? You want to be happy. You want to be healthy. You want to be cheerful, right? So all of us, most of us are engineers here, and from our science learning we have learned what is stress. Stress is pressure upon resilience, right? We have different metals. On different metals, if I put the same pressure, it's different metals have different stress because their resilience is different. Same working environment, same pressure, but few people, they enjoy, few people, they feel stress. What is difference? What is the difference here? Right? If you look at the formula for stress, it's pressure upon resilience, right? Same environment. I can give you more examples. Staff meeting is happening, manager said something, few people, they make long face. Few people, they say, let it go. It's okay. He said it, so what? Right? So where is the difference? The difference is the resilience. Your attitude, your inner strength, how your perspective, how do you take things? And everybody knows nowadays, we are in demanding jobs, right? Like there is globalization, pressure, Silicon Valley, pressure to innovate, lot of startups. But do I need to feel stress? How can we reduce stress? If pressure, we don't have control over pressure. Deadlines will be there. So how do I not get stress? The only thing what we can do is take care of that denominator, that resilience, that inner strength. Please do come, we do have chairs. While you are standing and listening, have a lunch. Please do come.
Be part of the family.
So I'm saying we don't have control over numerator. Agree with me? Do we have control over numerator? We don't, right? So how do we increase inner strength so that we have less stress? That's what I'm here to talk about. And I'm showing a remote control here. I do have a remote control. I can change the slide or channel control. Everybody wants to have that TV remote control. I don't know if you guys have Find at home, but my 8-year-old, he wants to see the sports channel. Dad wants to see the news channel, and there is a conflict. So what happens is, this remote control, what we have done, we have given our remote control to others. If other is praising Poonam, Poonam is happy. If other person is saying, Poonam, you didn't do a good job, Poonam is sad. So what is happening to my own self? I don't have control over me. My control is with my manager, with my husband, with my kids. They can, change. They can click any button and my mood will change. So we are losing that control on our own self, and that inner strength is not there. And when we complain about stress, we complain other person is responsible for my stress. Work environment is responsible for my stress. While your inner strength, your control, it should be in your hand, right? We talk about physical exercise, I'm showing, but you could be physically very well built and strong, but you might be stressed, right? So stress, I'm talking inner strength, not the physical strength. So need to pay attention and time to time check, am I having my control in my hand or have I given it to others? Very important. So how do we increase our inner strength so that we remain easy while we are busy? all of you have taken airplane flight, you do know that is the first thing they tell you, like take good care of yourself, put that oxygen mask to yourself even before you put it to your child, right? It has a big message. It is saying take care of your own self. If you are not well, you cannot take care of your child. Same thing, if you are not doing well, you cannot take care of your work, you cannot take care at home also. So it's very important. But the thing is, we don't even listen to our own self. What's happening within me? What is bothering me? Why I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, right? So that's what I'm saying. Connect it to your own self and listen. The second point I'm showing is a phone call. And I'm sure you can relate with it, like when your friend is not in good mood, you will make a phone call. You come to know through somebody, and then you make a phone call and you tell them, cheer up, it's okay, things will be fine. You don't need to worry, right? And then if you are not feeling well, your friend can cheer you up. Now the question is, if your friend can cheer you up, and you can cheer up your friend, then why can't you cheer up your own self? Do you ever try that? When next time, when you are not feeling well or easy or whatever is happening, some dis-ease, some uneasiness is happening, take a pause, make that connection, ask yourself, how am I doing? And then give the same advice you give to your friend. I have several examples. 13-year-old daughter I was talking, she had an exam, she was feeling very stressed out. 2 days only, like final exam. And then she came to me and she was saying, Mom, I'm feeling stressed out. I said, okay, take a pause. Shivani, tell me, if your friend is telling the same thing, what advice will you give to your friend? And she came up with wonderful advices. She was telling me, oh, it's your all hard work, you have studied whole year, only 2 days are remaining, it's not work, everything will be fine. I said, okay, now the same advice give to your own self. And it did wonders to her. So we all are very good giving advices to others, but not to our own self. So my humble request to all of you, whenever you are in a situation, you are confused, you are not able to make a right decision, take a pause and ask yourself, same thing is happening to my friend, what advice will I give to my friend? You will see the magic. I have tried several times and I'm benefited tremendously. So we are actually, why don't we do that? We are not nice to our own self. We are nice to others, but we are not nice to our own self. So that's the reason I'm saying, make a promise. You will be happy no matter what. You can cheer up your friend, you can cheer up your own self. You have that potential. Your friend has that potential. Use it for yourself. Here I'm showing a gentleman, there are two things which we don't have control over. One thing is weather, and the other thing is control over other person. We think we have control over kids, moms, they think like I'm the boss and my kids will listen to me. And few managers, they think like they have control over their employees, while reality is you cannot change other people. And you cannot keep complaining also. Oh, it's raining. I'm showing that visual here. It's raining. Can you just keep complaining or will you find a solution? Will you protect yourself? Right? If it is raining, you will take a umbrella. Or rain. If weather is hot, you will turn on the AC. If it is cold, you will put the jacket. Right? You need to find the solution. You cannot keep complaining, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. Find a solution. and take that ownership of your own emotions, your feelings, and your deeds. As I was saying, we have given control to others, we blame others, he did that to me, she did that to me. Okay, they did whatever they did. But now, how do you need to respond to that? Do you need to, especially my mother-in-law said 10 years back this to me, and you're still holding on to it 10 years back. Let it go, right? Be easy, right? Even manager and subordinate relationship, lot of things during performance, my manager said that to me, this and that, you just go in that negativity. Can't we think positive? We all know positive thinking is good, but when is the last time did you do positive thinking? And I will talk about that also, but I wanted to make sure it is very clear to all of you. We are responsible for our own emotions and feelings. No matter what other person did to me, I still can cheer myself up. I can think positive, I can let it go, and I don't need to dwell in that negativity or spoil my mood for a long time. And nobody can put pressure on you until you allow. When we feel pressure, when we are weak, yes, pressure is there. No, I am not denying that. I have felt pressure several times. But end of the day, I am taking that pressure. I can, if I'm strong, I will not take it. Right? So how many of you have heard about SWOT? Yeah? Engineers, come on. I know marketing people use it a lot. Strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. I'm going to share with you. It's called personal SWOT. I have done several times for myself. And I was talking about that inner strength. Do you know what are your own strengths? Do you know when was the last time you felt good? Do you know in your garden of your life what are the weeds? What are the weaknesses you need to work on? If you ask about my husband, I can tell things about him. He has to work on this, he has to work on that. Right? So we always know about other people, but we don't know about our own self. Right? So that introspection needs to be done. And I'm here saying you are now here, right? You had a past and you have a future. In the past, you might have, everybody is full of strengths, everybody is wonderful. But it's a matter of knowing, what are your strengths which will help you for your future. And what are your old weaknesses which you can remove. The thing is, we just get bogged down on the weakness. We just put our stamp on that. And even we do hear that, during EPM, that performance review also, you need to improve on this, that and that. We just if somebody said negative thing to me, I will keep it here. When 10 positive thing, I don't remember, right? So my request to all of you is know your strengths, leverage on that, you will have wonderful experiences. Not only in your professional life, in your personal life also. As I said in the beginning, it is about the holistic development, because I cannot differentiate myself like I'm a professional and I'm at home I'm a personal. I'm a whole person, right? My heart, my head, my hands are together. So do that personal SWOT analysis for yourself, and you will have a lot of insights about your own self. So I was talking about that positive thinking. We do know how many kind of thoughts are there. You will be surprised in a day how many thoughts we are generating. It's amazing. Thought factory is there inside. And it's switching, few of us have that problem of concentration. Our mind looks like butterfly. It jumps from here to there to there. I can give you a visual, like you are on highway, there are 4 lanes, you are driving your car. You have that control, you have that steering. You can steer your car from one lane to another lane, right? So here I categorized 4 kind of thoughts. One is positive. Everybody knows positive. Everybody does positive thinking here, right? One is positive. You are like connecting with original good qualities, virtues, right? So negative thinking, you have weaknesses, negative tendencies and vices and all that stuff, right? And there are necessary thoughts. I need to go after this talk, go home, I need to pick up my child, cook dinner. I am planning, that's those necessary thoughts. I have deadline, I need to do. Right? So then there is a 4th category, waste. Worrying about the past. Even psychologists, they have done studies, most of us, 85% of the time we spend in past. Whatever has happened, but we still dwell in the past and we worry for future. Hardly 5% of the time we spend in present. While present needs to be enjoyable, if present is good, your future will be good. And past, whatever has happened. Let it go. Learn from it, but look forward and move forward. Right? So here we were talking about resources. Like in the beginning, I said we all need resources. We have wonderful resource, the power of your mind. We all have tremendous power at our own disposal. We even don't realize that. Thought power. You will be amazed, all the innovation happens from where? First somebody thinks about it, right? That first thought comes and then action happens, right? So am I conserving that important resource? We do waste management, water management, electricity and all that management, solar, like everybody's going towards. But am I conserving my precious resource, that thought, the power of thought? How much time, I think negative? How much time I waste, thinking which will never happen? That worry. I'm not saying, we don't need to do planning. We all need to do planning. Strategy needs to be there, vision needs to be there, roadmap needs to be there. But we keep, worrying about stuff. What if this doesn't happen? What if that doesn't happen? Right? So a lot of energy goes there, leakage happens there. So I'm requesting all of you, I'm showing here glass. We all know that analogy, half glass filled and half empty. But the reality is glass is full because there is air. Right? If you are not thinking positive, you are thinking something else. Maybe negative, maybe waste, maybe necessary. Right? So we are always thinking because that's mind job. That's role of job, like your mind. So and I'm giving that analogy. So 4 kind of lanes are there, right? So do you have that control, that steering in your hand whenever you want to shift to another kind of thoughts? Can you do that? When you are not feeling good, can you change that good, feeling not good to feeling good? Do you have that much control on your own self? So it's all, comes from that thought, brain. I am looking at the clock, only 15 minutes are remaining, so I had a lot to talk, but I would like to encourage all of you to ask questions also. So here I am showing newspaper. Most of us, your day starts with the news. And what is newspaper nowadays? Do I need to mention that? In the morning, our mind is like a blotting paper. You start your day with negative information and you think your day will be wonderful, positive experiences, lightness, happiness. Will it happen? Right? So nowadays, we need to make like conscious effort to generate positive thoughts. The reason being, negativity is so much there around us. I can tell you, I will say few words, you will realize yourself what comes with that negative words in your mind. If I say blood, fire, terrorism, and if I say garden, flowers, happy, baby, do you see the difference? How your mind is going from one place to another place? So that's what I'm saying. If you feed yourself negative information, I'm not saying don't look at the business and all that stuff, but when you're starting your day, just take a pause and just watch your first thought when you are just getting up from your bed. What kind of thought is there? Am I, I will tell you that basket story I was saying, okay, I'm sleeping with my next meeting. In the night I'm having meetings, I'm sleeping with my next morning meeting thoughts, right? So, and I'm maybe not sleeping well because whatever I'm sleeping with, that becomes sometimes dream and sometimes nightmare too. Right? And when I'm getting up and I'm kind of worried, oh, my meeting, I'm running late and my kids, oh, their breakfast and this and that, right? So how am I starting my day? Right? And then I go to work and then, that hustle bustle, that's what like energy I will give to my surrounding, right? So my request to all of you is just when you are getting up, just watch your first thought and try to make it positive. Tell yourself you are going to have a wonderful day. You're looking forward to go to work, not have to. There is a concept of love and labor. If you love what you do, it will become so enjoyable for you. But if you're feeling you have to, that labor is there, for how you will be laboring, right? So I don't know, once, maybe I skipped one slide or something, but I wanted to tell you a story. Work is same, one temple construction was going on. There were two people, they were breaking the rocks with a hammer. Another gentleman, third person came. He asked first gentleman, what are you doing? His reply was, can't you see it's hot sunny day, I'm breaking this stupid rock? And then that gentleman went to another person and said, what are you doing? The other person said, I'm so fortunate. And I'm like, my hands are carving a statue. There is a temple and I'm so fortunate I have that privilege to make this idol or statue, right? So same type of job, but huge difference. So any job, small or big, but how you do it, with what attitude you are doing, it makes huge difference. You might be comparing yourself with your other colleagues also. Oh, my boss always does favor to him or her. You don't know the whole story, right? The attitude of that person is maybe better than you, right? So we all need to think, how can we make our life easy, enjoyable, and at the same time productive, efficient, and easy, not only at workplace, but at home also, because, overall development will happen, you will become more productive at work. So I'm telling you a few changes I did in my lifestyle. I am more now loving mom, caring wife, and efficient employee. So what did I do different? I discovered that power of thought. All know, if you have always done, if you always do as you have always done, you will always get as you have always got. No change will happen, right? So if you always think as you have always thought, you will always do as you have always done. Because doing comes later, first thinking comes, right? So if you want to do differently, you need to think differently. And everybody knows, as you think, so you become. I have tons of story. I experimented it myself. Whenever I'm thinking positive, I'm thinking good about myself, I do much better. And when I'm thinking negative and draining my energy, I'm stressed, I'm having fear, so my performance goes bad. So now, looking at the clock, I will just take a pause here. This is a powerful, very powerful technique, just a minute, jam. So what I do personally, after every hour, I just take 1 minute out and I do that inner check. How am I feeling? Am I happy? If I'm not happy, who is stealing my happiness? And what can I do to become happy? I will give you an example. If something is spilled on the couch, you try to clean it immediately. You don't want that stain to get permanent, right? And if something is bothering you, don't you want to clean it out immediately? Do you want to hold it and carry it for next hour and then next hour? And by the end of the day, you can imagine your situation and you are going with that same energy to your home, and what you have, that's what you give to others. Right? If you are happy, you will give happiness to others. If you are, I don't want to say negative words, right? So what I do that just a minute, and I don't want you, all of you, to believe in me. All of you are engineers. Life is a laboratory. Experiment it yourself. Experience it yourself. And if it is working out for you, embrace it and keep doing it. So just do it for first 1 week, and I can say from my personal experience, the day I am not able to do it, I feel very different. And I know we have busy schedules, back-to-back meetings, even 1 minute sometimes is hard to get, but you take bio breaks, you take water, that time, right? Or you're driving back to home. Just, sometimes it's very funny to me. I ask myself, like, while driving home, how am I feeling today? How was my day? That have that conversation with you. People will, not ask you, she's going crazy. Looks like, she's talking to herself. Talk within, your mind. You can see wonderful results. So last 5 minutes, any question? I do have action plan for all of you if you want to become easy. And my action plan is not like Brandon's big plan.
Well, there's so many outer influences in the world, and you were saying that there's a wasted space in this 4-tier. How do you identify that this is a wasted energy, and don't pursue the argument, don't pursue the follow-up, just let it go? And when do you filter that you go, I have to legitimately follow up with this because it's still my job, regardless of the negative energy that's associated with it?
Okay, so when you're asking, what came to my mind is an image of turtle. Everybody knows turtle, you do your business and just go inside your shell and then, just enjoy, right? So arguments, you yourself felt like argument, is it generating positive energy or negative energy?
Negative, typically.
Right? Yeah. And what will be the result of negative? All engineers, positive will generate positive, negative will generate negative, right? And when you want to generate positive, but other person is giving you negative, who has more energy now, right? So if you want to get the positive result, that means positive energy needs to be higher than negative energy. We all know law of equilibrium, right? So if you keep giving that positive energy and keep giving, no matter what, it will start coming back to you. I have tried it, I have experienced it, I know it's not easy, but it takes a lot of practice, like letting go. I know it's hard for people to let go. For me it's very easy, because I know I want my well-being, I want to be easy, That purpose of life I was talking, that goal. Yes, my goal is I want to go up the ladder too, but how, if I want to go become manager, director or whatever, while achieving that goal, how am I feeling? What is, that being part? Am I happy while achieving that goal? Right? So purpose is different. Purpose of your life is different. My purpose is very simple, very simple. Be happy and spread happiness. And I check every hour if I'm meeting my purpose or not. Meeting goal is a different story. But if I'm meeting my purpose of life, I attended one talk yesterday. It was, one author had come to Cisco. And he was asking us those questions. Do you know what is purpose of your life? Did you ever ask yourself? It's amazing. We all, are leading our life without knowing what is purpose of our life. So did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Thank you.
Any other question? No question. So should I give you action plan now? Okay. So you can go to, I had lot of other slides, but looking at the time, I will just summarize quickly what we talked about. As you're saying, a lot of negative influences around us, right? That weather, rain is happening, I cannot change situations around me. So, but I can take care of myself, right? I can protect myself. I can put that bulletproof vest on myself, right? I can take that umbrella. And that protection we were talking, I will talk to myself the way I talk to my friend. I will be nice to myself. I can cheer up somebody else. Why can't I cheer up myself, right? And I will do that conscious effort to generate the positive thought. Early morning, just for 1 minute also if you spend with yourself and tell yourself you have tremendous power at your disposal. You will have wonderful day, and while you're going back to bed, we have so many files open in our whole day, so many people we are meeting and this and that, and you don't close all those files, if you keep it open, you will not have sound sleep. So before going to bed, if anything is bothering you, personally, I think after many years of practice of meditation and all, now I can fix my state of mind very easily. But I used to write a lot. If something was bothering me, I will start writing, and start with negativity and come up with end with positivity. That helped me a lot. I do know all busy, no time to write, but I took that time and I enjoy writing. So could we go to the last slide where it is saying action plan? I don't want to talk about benefit of purpose. Once you find the purpose, you will see the benefit yourself. Please, next slide. It will be written action plan. We do need a lot of values in fast-paced life, and introversion, flexibility, creativity. Your bosses say, think out of the box, be creative, and reality is we all are creative. We are creating every single minute because that thought, right? We are generating thoughts, but quality of thought is what is differentiating each of us, right? So here I'm saying there are 3 C's of life. You must make a choice. I talked about life is about relationship and life is about choices also. If you make conscious decision, choose your one way or the other way, just be happy with it. Don't look back and repent, why did I do that, why I could have done this or that. Just look forward and move forward. Be happy. You are the owner of your life. You have that control. You made that decision. Then why looking back, right? So take that chance. And the uncertainty, will I succeed or will I fail? It's okay. Take that chance. Right? So that's what I'm saying. If you take that chance and then make that choice, then your life will change. We talked about, like you want to do differently, think differently. Next slide, please. I don't think I have time for this, so we will go to action. Let's assign them some action, and maybe I will come back and see like if you are like following, because in my room now I assign actions to others and I make sure those actions are closed. So I will come back and make sure these actions which I am assigning to all of you are closed. So I am responsible for my inner world and I am master of myself. My boss is not my boss anymore. I am the boss. Okay? I am rather CEO, Chief Executing Officer of my own job. I don't care who is CEO, John Chambers or Cisco, but I am CEO of my own life. Okay? So I identify, who is stealing your happiness. I said that jam after every hour. After every hour, just 1 minute. Don't you love your own self? You want to spend time with others like whom you love. Don't you love your own self? Can't you just spend few minutes with your own self? So take that, who is stealing my happiness? Find that time for yourself, like jam. And we were talking about learn to let it go. Let it go. Everybody watched that song, Let It Go? Right? How Frozen, what a wonderful theme it was. Right? Start your day with positive information, not with the negative. You saw the effect of negative words, right? And then close your day with positive information. Thank God. You have job, you have family, you have friends, you have all body parts. You have so many things to feel happy about. So at the end, I will close with last slide. Remember that gentleman dragging the life, not enjoying it all. You don't need to drag yourself through life. Let go of the struggle and give yourself time and love, and you will find that balance. Thank you very much.